Good morning, students. Yesterday we started new chapter, that is theory base of accounting. Under that we studied what is accounting principle, why it is needed, features of accounting principle and classification. So accounting principles categorize into two. First is concepts, or you can say assumption. Another is convention. So today we are going to discuss the fundamental accounting assumptions or concepts. As I told you in the previous class, there are three accounting assumptions. Okay, there are three accounting assumptions, namely going concern assumption, consistency assumption, last is accrual assumption. Alright, so let's start with our first concept, that is going concern assumption. As I told you, according to this assumption, we should keep in mind that business shall continue for an indefinite period. Okay, whenever we enter into a business, we keep in mind that we will take our business for a longer period of time. Okay, there is no intention to wind up the business in near future. हम यही बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं यही होप के साथ कि हम अपने बिजनेस को लॉन्ग रन में लेके जाएंगे. सिमिलरली आपको यही चीज दिमाग में रखनी है. सो व्हेनेवर अकाउंटेंट prepare financial statement, he has to keep in mind that business has indefinite life. Okay, because of this assumption we can have certain distinction. Here it is. First is revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Okay, now what is this revenue expenditure and capital expenditure? Those expenses which gives you advantage in the long run. Okay, ऐसे एक्सपेंडिचर जिनका एडवांटेज आपको लॉन्ग रन पे मिलेगा, इट विल बी टर्म्ड एज कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर इज expenditure on acquisition of fixed assets. Okay, I think you all know the meaning of assets. In the first class I told you, whenever we start a business, all the resources which helps the business to run, okay, known as assets. For example, school के assets क्या हैं? Land, building, furniture. Okay, all these are assets. जो भी resources business run करने के लिए लगते हैं, and cash, okay, these are assets. So capital expenditure क्या होता है? जिससे हमको जो भी benefit मिलेगा, that would be for a longer period of time. Revenue expenditure, जिनका बेनिफिट आपको पर्टिकुलर उसी टाइम के लिए मिलेगा. सो जब आप बिजनेस गोइंग कंसर्न अजम्पशन रूल्स के हिसाब से फॉलो कर रहे हो, तभी आप इन दोनों पे डिफरेंस कर पाओगे. इफ देर इज नो रूल फॉलोइंग बाय दिस अजम्पशन, इफ यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग अप दिस अजम्पशन, व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट? हम बिजनेस में ये परसेप्शन में आएंगे बिजनेस कभी भी बंद हो सकता है. तो उस कंडीशन पे आपका रेवेन्यू और कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर कहाँ होगा, है ना? उस टाइम पे हम डिफरेंशिएट ही नहीं कर सकते हैं दैट विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर एंड विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विल बी योर रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. ऑल वुड बी इन सेम कैटेगरी. अनदर इज नॉन करेंट एसेट्स एंड करेंट एसेट्स. Okay, assets definition just now I told you. Assets are the resources through which we run the business. So assets also categorized into two, non-current and current. Now what is the meaning of this non-current and current assets? The assets which can be converted into cash within a year comes under current assets. Okay, इसे डिटेल में आगे आप पढ़ोगे. Examples होते हैं like stock, ओके, डेटर्स, क्योंकि ये एक साल के अंदर कैश में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं, दिस विल बी कैटेगराइज अंडर करेंट एसेट्स. नॉन करेंट एसेट, जस्ट अपोजिट ऑफ करेंट. Okay, those assets which can be converted into cash after 1 year. It takes more time period. Okay, एक साल से ज्यादा टाइम पीरियड जिनको लगता है कैश में कन्वर्ट होने में, those assets known as non-current assets. All right. For example, your building. Okay. So if you are following going concern assumption, that time only you can categorize your current assets and non-current asset. कि business की भाई indefinite life है, उस time पे तुम categorize कर सकते हो, okay, these are my current asset, cash, stock, debtors, okay, these are current assets, and building, okay, this machinery will be termed as non-current asset. But हमें पता ही नहीं है, हमें लग रहा है कि business अभी wind up हो जाएगा. By this month only, by the end of this month, that time how would you categorize your current assets and non-current assets? उस टाइम पे तो किसी चीज को categorize नहीं कर सकते हो, all would be in same category. Okay, in the same manner, long-term liabilities and short-term liabilities. Liabilities, you all know, okay, the debt. So meaning of liability is the amount that a business owe to person other than the proprietor is called liability. For example, we have purchased goods from X Limited on credit basis. That means you are not paying them yet now. So they will be our creditors. हमको उन्हें future में pay करना है. This will be termed as liability. Your bank loan, if you have taken loan from the bank, if the business has taken loan from the bank, it will be termed as liability. Okay, वो आप which is payable after 5 years. We have taken loan from bank which is payable after 5 years. But if you are not following going concern assumption, liability you cannot categorize. All will be same. ठीक है. Short term liabilities के example है creditors, जिनको आपको 1 साल के अंदर पे करना है. Short term loan. Okay. Long term liabilities तो ज़्यादा टाइम पीरियड लगता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल योर लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स एंड डिबेंचर्स. सो इफ यू आर फॉलोइंग गोइंग कंसर्न अजम्पशन, which means that business has an indefinite lifetime, then only we can categorize our liabilities into long and short. Otherwise, it would have been the same. Understood? So, going concern assumption, अगर आप ये follow करते हो, that means there is no intention to shut down the business in near future and business shall continue for indefinite period. Then only you can categorize these terms like revenue and capital expenditure, non-current and current assets, last long-term and short-term liabilities. Okay. Next we have consistency assumption. Okay, consistency assumption, the name has its meaning. Consistency का मतलब consistent, uniform होना चाहिए. Yes, so this assumption, this concept tells the same. See what is written. This assumption requires that accounting practices, methods and techniques used by a business unit shall be consistent. Whatever method the business has adopted, it should be same in the subsequent years. All right. इसमें एक एग्जाम्पल दिया है. सपोज एन एंटरप्राइज हैज डिसाइडेड टू चेंज डेप्रिसिएशन ऑन एसेट्स ऑन रिड्यूसिंग बैलेंस मेथड. डेप्रिसिएशन, students, meaning of depreciation is reduction in the value of fixed assets. Okay, जैसे हमने मशीनरी खरीदी है. For example, this year a business has purchased a machinery. The value of that machinery will remain the same in the next year? No. Okay, it will decline because of the continuous usage. So that decline in the value of fixed asset is known as depreciation. इस पे एक पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर है आगे क्लास 11th में, that we will discuss later. So there are two methods of calculating depreciation. Here I am talking about your course. First is straight line method, another is reducing balance method. So just a briefing I am doing about depreciation just to explain this particular topic. So depreciation, straight line method means when you charge depreciation on original cost. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 लाख की मशीनरी है, उस पर 10% डिप्रिसिएशन बोला गया, सो 1 लाख का 10% वुड बी 10,000. Every year you will charge depreciation on the original cost. That means 1 lakh पे ही आप depreciation charge कर रहे हो. So every year it will remain same 10,000 only. That is straight line method. All right. Another is written down or reducing balance method. Now what is this method? Same example, 1 lakh rupees your machinery cost is. So first depreciation 10% would be 10,000. Remaining balance of machinery is 1 lakh minus this depreciation is 90,000. तो अगले साल आप जो depreciation लगाओगे under this reducing balance method, okay, is 10% on 90,000, not 1 lakh. Understood the difference? स्ट्रेट लाइन पे हम ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट जितने पे हमने मशीनरी एक्वायर की है, जितने पे फिक्स्ड एसेट्स एक्वायर हुए, उस पे आप चार्ज करते हो. एंड इन रिड्यूसिंग बैलेंस जो बैलेंसिंग फिगर बचते जाएगा, 1 lakh minus 10,000 is 90,000. So 10% of 90,000 is 9,000. Then next year फिर रिमेनिंग बैलेंस आप कैलकुलेट करोगे, 90,000 minus 9,000 is 81,000. Next year depreciation will be charged on 81,000. All right. So this is reducing balance method. जब हम डिडक्शन जो होते जाता है बैलेंसिंग फिगर पे डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करते हैं, इट विल बी कॉल्ड रिड्यूसिंग बैलेंस मेथड. और जब आप ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट पे चार्ज करते हो, इट इज नोन एज स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड. Okay, so here what is written, see, if an enterprise has decided to change depreciation on assets on reducing balance method, it should follow the same method in subsequent years also. Yes, for example, in the year 2020, a business has decided to follow up reducing balance method for fixed assets. Okay, that means this particular method should be go on in the subsequent year, means in 2021, 22, 23 and so on. ऐसा नहीं कि आज आपने एक मेथड यूज किया है, कल आपने तुरंत चेंज कर दिया. नो, यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. इट शुड बी यूनिफॉर्म, इट शुड बी कंसिस्टेंट. ओके, बट अब ऐसा नहीं है कि ये मेथड हम कभी भी चेंज नहीं कर सकते. सी द लास्ट लाइन which is highlighted here. The accounting practice may be changed if the law or accounting standard requires it, or change will result in more meaningful presentation. Yes, अगर कुछ productive, कुछ better हो रहा है by adopting another method, or if the law or accounting standard say so, then only you can change your method. Okay, so this was consistency assumption. Last we have accrual assumption. Okay, here it is, accrual assumption. Accrual assumption का मतलब होता है the transaction should be recorded in the books of account when it is actually taking place and not at the time of settlement. Yes. Okay, under this method both transaction, that is cash and non-cash, both transaction are recorded in the books of account. जैसे मैंने कल बताया था, if we have purchased goods, okay, on 25th of March, amount is payable after 2 months, that is 25th of May. So we need to recall the transaction at the time when it happened. All right, that means 25th of March को हम record करेंगे irrespective of the amount when we have received. Okay, जब transaction arise होगा, at that time only we need to record in the books of account, that is accrual assumption. Here one example is also given. Rent rupees 1,000 due for office on 28th February 2020 is paid on 31st March 2020. So you will record the transaction when it was arised. It arised on 28th of Feb. तो आप अपने books of account में ये transaction 28th Feb को ही record करोगे, no matter when the payment has been made. All right. So I think all these assumptions you have understood. Any doubt based on the topic, you may ask me. Okay.